I seem to be doing a lot of political type videos at the moment, and that's because we're coming to that time in our election cycle where the usual amount of baloney starts appearing on the TV, the newspapers, and stuff through our letterboxes. What I want to talk about today is the letterbox kind. I got a letter, and it's the same old circular nonsense that we get quite often. Just covering the details over, you can see that there. Britain's future, and you can see who that is about Britain's future. So let's have a look. Now, the first thing I notice about this letter is that they've put dear, and then everybody in my house that's of voting age, but the actual, call me old-fashioned, the head of the household, they've actually listed as one of my kids. Really? Okay, so listen to this. When I was growing up, my mum would sit at the kitchen table going through her bank statements and her receipts. We weren't badly off, but we didn't have money to spare either. Now, I think what you're discussing is possibly another time entirely, and this is a cheap attempt at trying to relate to normal British people. You know, I too grew up in a situation where my mum would sit at the table trying to work out what was what under a Tory government, most of all. So, see where this is going. To my mum, every penny mattered. She made sure the money was there for what we needed and did as much as possible with what was left. Depending on the circumstances, not a great deal. I learnt that same lesson working as an economist at the Bank of England. It all starts with responsibility. That means a Labour government putting economic security first. I haven't seen any government of any kind in at least the last 20 years put the economic stability of this country first. In fact, throwing money away on various vanity projects, throwing money away to different countries, and generally spending millions of pounds every year on departments and staff you don't actually need or want. When the Conservatives play fast and loose with public finances, they put families' finances at risk. Well, so do you in your scrabble for power when you're trying to make the other side look as bad as possible, when you're trying to convince everybody that you can provide a better way. May I remind you of the note that was left in the drawer the last time we had a Labour government? I think it went along the lines of, oh yeah, we're skint. We continue. When the price of food, energy and housing soar, it's working people who pay the price. I could agree with that. People who have worked hard, done all the right things, but whose dreams have been dashed by the choices of this Conservative government. I think you'll find it's the choices of the broken political system in this country, really, rather than any Conservative government. It's built up to a crescendo, and we're not having any of it anymore. A growing economy cannot be built on such fragile foundations. So, I will not waver from ironclad fiscal rules to keep the cost of living and mortgage rates as low as possible. Labour will not borrow to fund day-to-day spending, and we will reduce national debt as a share of the economy. I'm clear these are non-negotiable. So if you're not going to borrow, how are you going to raise the money for what you're promising? Oh, yeah, put the taxes up. Yes, that would work, wouldn't it? Labour's plan for economic success is built on the rock of stability. Well, you've all cocked it up royally over the last 20 years, haven't you? And probably more so. Economic success isn't just measured by a line on a graph. It's about a job that pays a wage to support a family on, stronger communities with thriving high streets, money in the pocket of ordinary people, and pride in goods and services made in Britain, exported around the world. If you believe that it's time to put security first and reject the risk of 5 more years of chaos and decline, then join us. Together we can and we will build Britain's future. Well, All great words, but it's not backed up on any track record at all. It's not backed up with any evidence, and it's not backed up with any signs of imminent prosperity for Britain or any of its residents. Me being English in England, a part of the Union, which is the United Kingdom, I think it's a complete and utter disgrace. The whole system is broken beyond belief. We don't just have a choice of Conservatives or Labour, we have more choice, yet all this starts coming to the fore and you keep trying to convince us otherwise. Sorry, this taxi driver isn't having it. And we will get more of this kind of garbage in the post over the next, well, several months, I suppose, right up until an election is called. They are scrabbling for your vote. They are wanting your vote. And the scary thing is, an awful lot of people in this land of ours still believe the garbage that these people spew. It really is a worrying prospect. Now, what I do with these, I do this. Bloody thing, Labour Party. Ugh. There we go. And it goes straight in the bin where it belongs. We need to think on our feet. We need to vote on our feet. We need to realise it's all got to change. Otherwise, we're going to get stuck in that same old merry-go-round again and again and again. Don't know if you agree with me. If you do, let me know. If you don't, let me know. Equally as important. If you want to watch another one of my videos, here's one that should have popped up on the screen. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the hell out of my stuff. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you soon. Toodaloo.